Hello, this is a quick presentation on finding credible sources. First of all, I'm sure you were wondering why you even need sources. We're all smart people, why shouldn't we just write off the top of our minds? Well, let me tell you why. In writing, whether it's research or argument, opinion doesn't matter. Opinions for like blogs and non-academic writing. When you're writing for school, you want everything to be backed up by smart people. You want the facts. How do you get facts? You research them. By looking at a variety of websites and doing your research, it's going to help you prevent being misinformed because when you look at several different websites, if you notice that one website says something that other ones don't, that's going to stand out to you, and you should know that you need to check that out to make sure it's true. You also look at a variety of sources so that you understand more. The more you read something, the better you understand it. And also, looking at a variety of sources prevents plagiarism. It happens all the times. I will have a student who will just use one source and they happen to copy something word from that source, and it could be on purpose, it could be by accident. But if you look at more than one source, guess what? You're going to avoid that. And I'm also going to fix my spelling error. All right, now let's talk about what is credible. It's very simple. You need authority. That's a person with a lot of years experience. The person who is very knowledgeable, has gone to college, has worked in the field, wrote the article, experienced the situation directly, they are an authority. They are a good source for that information. You want to look at where it's published. Is it a place that has a high level of interest in the topic or has a high reputation to protect? Places like CNN, your news sources, they're constantly spitting out information, and sometimes what they let out isn't always true. It hasn't been fact checked yet because news and media moves so fast. So you've got to look at other sources too when you use those sites. Also, when a place is published by a place that has, or when an article is published by a place that has a high level of reputation, the information is going to get fact checked. Make sure that other experts have reviewed that information. So if you're going through pbs.org or if you're going to nasa.com or wherever you're getting your research from, that information has been verified by publishers and editors and it's going to be checked. They're not just going to let out random information. Make sure that your article that you're reading has been published recently. Facts change, and the more recent it is, the more up to date it's going to be. So if you're researching something like a refugee crisis, obviously the story could have changed between 2002 and 2014. So if you're looking at an older article, always compare that to a newer article and make sure that the story is still the same. All right, what to look for specifically? You want primary sources. Those are the best. Those are articles or documents, presentations, any kind of information that comes straight from the experts. Typically, websites that end in .edu or .gov are automatically safe. And I say typically. Sometimes .edu, you might come across like a student blog or something, and those aren't always safe. Obviously, you want to check that out and make sure it's true. So if you're noticing, if you use a source that is not credible, that means you automatically need to check that source against a source that is known to be credible. So keep in mind, if you just go straight to the credible sources, it's a little less work. All right, what you want to avoid is secondary sources. Those are articles, summaries, presentations that are written about what experts have said. That's not straight from the source. That's passing it on through another person before it gets to you. So sometimes the information can get lost in translation or jumbled. You always want to go straight to the source whenever possible. You want to avoid websites that hire people to develop content. Buzzle.com is one of them. There's a few out there. Typically, they work in, how-tos or current events and blogs, but the websites that hire people to develop content, those people are not experts. They're stay-at-home moms, usually. I don't want to say they all are, but they're people that stay at home. They may have a college degree. They might have a college degree in something completely different than what they're typing about, but those aren't good websites to use for research. Avoid personal blogs, and also definitely avoid user-edited websites. Wikipedia, any kind of answers website, those are not scholarly research sources. I guess you could use them to summarize information and introduce yourself to the topic, but when you are doing research and you're actually doing something for school, avoid those websites like they're the plague. I am open to discuss this with you guys anytime you want. This is one of my favorite topics to discuss. I'm always willing to help you understand it. So please email me or talk to me about it in live classroom anytime you have a question.